Wolfpack. Before we begin with the gameplay, I just simply want to say thank you for deciding to join me on this little charity stream, first one that I'm actually going to be working on. I definitely say that I'm going to try and do this for as long as I can. I will note that I am currently streaming in my living room, so if reality decides to interrupt the gameplay, I do apologize ahead of time. I will try and mute to try and reduce any background noise if needed. But uh, there's a few things I would like to mention before we begin. First off, the reason for this charity stream. Um, I have written down a bit of a description for this right over here. I shall read it for you. In honor of Betty White's dedication to wildlife organizations, zoos, and conservation efforts, this charity stream is dedicated to supporting her vision on what would have been her 100th birthday today. Yes, very sad that Betty White was sadly taken away from us, literally at the end of 2021. But all of the money that you will donate today will be going towards the San Diego Zoo's Wildlife Alliance program. And for this program, basically, San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance is a nonprofit international conservation leader committed to inspiring passion for nature and creating a world where all life thrives. They they hope to empower people from around the globe to support their mission to conserve wildlife through innovation and partnerships. The San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance supports cutting edge conservation and brings the stories of their work back to two world famous facilities, the San Diego Zoo and the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, giving millions of guests, in person and virtually, the opportunity to experience conservation in action. We just need you! Your donation to the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance directly supports critical conservation efforts. So, with that in mind, I must simply request, please, if you can or if you are willing to, share this stream with any way that you feel necessary on your social medias, with friends, family, and let's try and get as many donations as we can in the name of Betty White. That being said, let's go ahead and start off Planet Zoo. This game, I primarily chose this game to play because the gameplay itself primarily revolves around different ways of basically building a zoo, but it also brings attention to conservation efforts in that can be explained in real life, such as releasing animals to the wild. You'll be able to look at information about the animal if you want. It'll all be very fun. Gotta love the polar bear. Alrighty. So, for those of you who have never actually seen Planet Zoo before, welcome. I believe to start off our little gameplay, I'll go and show off my character real quick. Here we go. Basically my little representation of me. I will admit, with this game, the humans are not exactly the big focus, so they look a lot more cartoonish, but the animals are much more highly detailed and much more accurate to their real life counterparts. And as you can see, I'm supposed to basically be positioned right here. Right over in the good old Chicago area. But a couple of my friends that also play the game kind of take up a little space as well. So I get pushed all the way up into Canada. But let's go ahead and open ourselves a new zoo so we can begin. A little bit of a reward for basically every time you log into the game. You get a couple free conservation points. Helps you to start off a new zoo. And let's just go ahead and say we'll start off a new zoo off in America. And we'll go ahead and name this the Betty White Memorial. I suppose that'll work. Let's create. Very nice, very nice. Alright, now before we even begin, since we do have limited funds, since this is franchise mode and not just a regular sandbox mode, we are going to be running out of funds pretty quickly. Need to make sure we have all of the necessities a zoo would require, such as a pathway for the guests to follow, and a sectioned off area for for our staff. There we go. Now I will admit I like to make my zoos a little flat. I'm not the greatest when it comes to super detailed creativity stuff. However, I will certainly say what I make, I enjoy. Let's see here. Hopefully this fundraising extension loads properly for everyone. Again, this is a fundraising charity stream towards wildlife conservation. If you feel like donating, please do so. And if you can be so kind as to share this with other people as well, it'll just simply be money going towards a good cause. Now, let's go ahead and begin with just building some basic staff facilities that we'll need. We'll have to start out small since funds are limited again. I think we can begin with setting up some small keeper huts. A small research center. That's a little bit of a quarantine building. Real quick, just looking over to the side, I got my laptop with me so I can keep an eye on the charity stuff on the sidelines. Also be able to manage the stream in case something goes wrong. We could build a workshop, I think, at the end here. Very nice. Trade center is essential, otherwise we won't be able to get animals. So let's see, we got what? Workshop, keeper hut, research, workshop, quarantine. We are going to need a staff room of sorts. There we go. Alrighty. Now that we got our necessities in place, let's also begin hiring some staff. We'll need at least 2 mechanics, 1 to research stuff and 1 to actually go around and fix whatever. a single keeper for the first animal we get. Probably like 2 caretakers. 1 security guard, since we're starting out pretty small, we don't really need too many. 2 vets. Vets basically are able to grab any sick animals or injured animals, heal them, but also able to get animals from the trade center and bring them to their exhibits. And we will wait with the educator. So, now let's go ahead and begin with actual park building, shall we? What I like to do is something along the lines of that, and then just there we are. Nice wide area for a centerpiece animal to start our zoo off. Let's also reduce the size and curve. Oop. There we go. Alright. We'll stick a habitat gate on the side over here and make sure that path is for employees only. Actually, I'm going to move this a little bit. Move that there. Move that there. A little smoother. Doesn't look so rigid. We'll also increase the height. That way it looks a little better. Main viewing area. But now let's go ahead and figure out what animal we want to try and get first. We have quite the selection. And I believe, in respect of this channel, we can start off with a couple of wolves. Yes. To explain this little situation here, many people can actually post animals on basically a pardon me, excuse me. Basically, there is a player-driven economy when it comes to adopting animals, where you can put a specific amount of conservation points onto the market, and if you have enough credits, you can buy that animal, and the player gets that same amount of credits for them to use. Or you can simply buy a animal for money, but you won't be able to release the animal back into the wild. So, and actually now that I see it, many of the female wolves in at least this list are primarily male that are available to me right now, and the only 2 females are way beyond my actual credit amount. So for now, we'll just go ahead and start off with 1 wolf. Let's also actually check out, we might actually be able to try and find some Arctic wolves. Yeah, that'll work too. 5.9, 6.3, 3.8. Oh, those are just timberwolves. Let's go ahead and go with a 6-year-old female. And in the animal storage, my 2 Eurasian lynx that are for my other zoo. Might be able to just throw them into this zoo. We'll go ahead and send these guys. Oh. Gotta have the game register that I actually have staff now. Now this should work. There we go. Oop. But while we still have a bit of money, we're going to need to create a section for the public. First off, a couple of ATMs near the entrance never hurts. We must place donation boxes so that we may be able to earn a little bit of generous income. Ooh, one moment real quick. I'm being summoned. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Quick battery run. Now, where were we? Yes, donations. It is always important to educate your guests about the different animals that you house. We can do so through animal speakers and information boards. Next, we'll need at least an area to count as a sort of eatery. What I usually like to do is make a nice wide path. There we go. And line it with shops. For this, we'll just go ahead and go with the basic Planet Zoo buildings. Gulpy. Little place for something to drink. Little place for something to eat. Souvenir stand. And an information center. Next up, it is always respectable to offer seating for your guests in case they want to just sit down, relax, and watch the animals. But it is also required that you request you keep your zoo clean. Trash and recycling bins placed not too far from each other are always appreciated. And let's go ahead and add a bit of a African themed table. Maybe just a fancy restaurant sort of setup. That definitely wouldn't look right sitting out in the open. Yeah, that'll work. We can have them line along the walkway, I suppose. Perfect. And we can stick in the center some interesting little umbrellas. Very nice, very nice. Make sure that no one actually feeds the animals. And for security reasons, we can set up a couple of cameras just overlooking a couple of areas. And we've still got a decent amount of money. So, I'm going to say at this point, is there anything else we should add before we just let loose? Ooh, a couple of vending machines could help. Just in case the lines everywhere else get a little too long. Offer a coffee shop. Some donuts. We already got something for Gulpy. Oh, a little ice cream stand. Why not? Perfect. And with that, let us begin. Now, also, let's go ahead and have a couple of our... Oh, there's nothing else that I have to research when it comes to mechanics. Excellent. Aha. And there we are. Our first animals. A couple of Arctic wolves. Now, let's go ahead and begin taking care of these guys by providing them their needs. First off, terrain. Oh jeez, that's large. There we go. And they are primarily going to require some... Let's go ahead and just add a bit of heavy soil, maybe a little light soil to mix it up a little. Let's add some environment to this as well. There we go. Painting. Make it seem like they got a little bit of a mountain range in the background, huh? What happened? Temperature. Habitat. These are Arctic wolves after all, so they are going to require some coolers. Just set up a couple of cooling vents around. Welfare is indeed going back up. Next. And there's plenty of options to choose from. Oh jeez, that's really big. Yeah, that's a lot better. Why not? Arctic wolves can get an Arctic shelter. A little cozy place to escape prying eyes. And we'll line it with a bit of bedding. There. Next, these guys are going to need a feeding tray. Thankfully, we can sort all this stuff to species-specific requirements. One nice large food tray for them. We can give them a dog ball for enrichment. We can stick a blood scent marker next to their food. And we can give them a piñata for them to jump on and kill. And an interesting little prey-scented sack that they can bat at and jump at. Now, when it comes to their feed, we can provide them the best feed possible. And now that we've got some guests walking around our zoo, time to turn on all the information booths. Adjust the sounds for the speakers so that anyone walking nearby can hear. Perfect. Got people already visiting the restaurants. Let's also try and spruce this place up. It looks a little flat. Since we are in North America, with a grassland biome, let's go ahead and try and put a bit of plant life around here. A couple of goldenrod. Some nettles. Yeah. Let's also add temperate as well. A common ash tree. Maybe an elm or two. There we go. Starting to come together. Ooh, of course, I almost forgot. These guys are going to require some level of water source. Ooh, real low on cash. Real quick, we will buy ourselves a water treatment facility. Where to put it? Where to put it? Where to put it? Not too far away from the exhibit, but still far enough to where it can also affect other exhibits near it. Perfect. Ooh. Not so wide. We can connect it to that path. And now, let's give the Arctic wolves a little pool to swim in. They'll be able to drink from it, swim in it, and the nearby water filter will be able to keep it cleaned. Ooh, it is not powered. We require a small transformer, or we can go with a solar panel. Not as wide of a range of effectiveness as a transformer, but it does support a more greener power source. And it looks a little nicer too. Perfect. And we can surround it with a couple of plants. That way, our environment rating for it will also go up. And people won't think it looks so ugly. Ooh, a bit of a rose bush. And some small lady ferns. There we go. I could add more, but for now it's not that big of a deal. Hello. Oh, I never put down a vet, of course. How foolish of me. However, we're not going to put that one down. We're going to put down something a little more. We don't have any money. For this situation, we will take out a small loan. And now. As much as I despise taking out loans, paying them off is always just a pain. But we do need that vet. Quick little rotation. Boom. And with what we have left of the loan, I say we go ahead and put down those links. We can provide them a small habitat. There we go. We'll add the staff entrance here. Little path. There we go. One male and one female Eurasian lynx. Right over there. That's still in the range of the water filter. Beautiful. Which means small little dip. Water source. Clear out an area for some soil, maybe some short grass. I've never actually bought Eurasian lynx before, so I'm not quite sure what their needs will be. There we go. We can provide one-way glass viewing. Oh, insufficient funds. How about like this? No. A single window? Yes, a single window will get us a view for the lynx. And because the loan is going to take a toll on us now, stop. While we have a little bit of money to use, we can set up a small food tray for the lynx. And how about their habitat needs? Primarily just shelter and a little bit of coverage. We are going to need to switch over to Europe. Ooh, a holly. No, that's a small holly tree. larger ones are going to be a little more expensive. Let's try and run the roulette. Can we get a little more money? Ooh. Staff room? I do have a staff room. Is there anyone inside it already? Yes, it is. Let's see here. I suppose we'll just have to reduce our current staff in order to make room. Say hello to a random friend. Oh no. Dangerous animals escaped. Well, sadly, until we can get through this, until we can get through our loan, we'll have to just ride out. I did not take into account the Lynx's ability to climb. It's alright, paying off this loan won't take much longer. We'll be able to set up a couple of climb bars inside the exhibit so they won't be able to climb over. Oh, there you go. And they're gone. Come on now. Climb back into the exhibit. I could take another loan, but that will just send me even further in the deep end. Come on, couple hundred more. Look at my freaking finances. All the way in the negative. Betty White would be ashamed. Almost. And done. It's only up from here. For now, we'll send our Lynxes over to the storage center. There we go. And now we'll just slowly rise back out. Haha! Only arrived recently and they already have pups. Adorable. Underpriced. Perfect. I'll just slightly raise the price of admission. Might as well keep it equal. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. Already got lynxes and lynxes escaping and people running for their lives. Very good, very good. Everyone gets to eat now. And I think, to help us get us out of the financial slump that we're in, reduce the quality of the food that they've got, for now. Requires more education needs. We'll be able to set up some more info boards once we get out of the negatives. Which should happen pretty shortly. Hello, my good friend. Every time another player visits your zoo, you can say hello to them and gain a small portion of conservation points. And we're back in the positives. First off, most importantly, we are going to set up some climb-proof borders. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and bring those links back into the exhibit. Second, would be good to give the guests a bigger view. Let's set up some information for the links. Eurasian lynx. Speaker. We can actually do that. Duplicate it. That'll work. We'll just have to reduce a couple of speaker ranges. That way we're not dealing with people hearing one sound in one ear and another animal sound in another. And now let's properly take care of these big cats now, shall we? Well, little cats, I should actually say. Species. E. A little bit of a blood stat marker near their food tray, as is required. A frozen blood pumpkin. Let's give them a piñata of their own. Maybe a... Actually, let's go ahead and do a rotation line feeder. That's toy enrichment. How about a bark-themed rubbing pad? That'll do it. these guys require a bit of hard shelter. Ah, whoa, Jesus. Let's go with something a little smaller, shall we? That'll work. Seems like that is acceptable as hard shelter. We could provide them something a little better, though. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. We'll just simply rotate it to line it up. Going up. And perfect. Now they have an option to rest somewhere high. And let's give them the force that they not only need but require and deserve. That'll look cool. Bit of bracken. Very nice. How does that do for coverage for you? Not even enough. Ooh. More fun. Some cattails along the water side. Water lilies. Floating above the water. Flatten those out. There we go. That'll work. Grapevines. Rotate it like that. Make it look nice against the walls. And even then, that's not enough. More big trees. Couple tiny trees. Trees. And all this is being accepted. They do know the difference between something that is supposed to be in their environment and what isn't. Olive tree. Sycamore maple. Perfect. Now let's take a closer look at them. Aww. Look at that face. That face will kill you. But you still want to snuggle with it. And speaking of coverage, how about you guys? Are you okay with what you got? You actually don't like the beech tree that is right here. Move it a little further back. That should do it. Terrain needs. See if we can't stick a little bit of snow around these. Coolers. Lots of heavy soil. Try to get as much of that long grass. A little more. Perfect. Maybe a little. Maybe. Couple patches of snow, why not? So you guys are good with your stuff. They're good with their stuff. All that's left to do now is get more animals. See if we can't get another one of those timber wolves. Perfect. But let's also try and find ourselves another animal to work with. Set to any species. What'd you think? What should we try out first? Warthogs? Cougars? Hippos? Zebras? All these different options. Haven't been able to try out the beaver yet. That would be pretty cool. Ooh. Now that I remember. We've got a couple of vets. We've got a vet that can research a little bit about a new animal that I've adopted into the zoo. Say hello to a good friend. Uh-oh. Laptop froze. Quick moment just to boot that back up. Marketing. Ooh. Spread the word about our zoo. We'll start off with a small little poster campaign. Here we are. Back online. And real quick, just gonna take a moment. Oh. You'll have to see it. Let's see now. let's go ahead and try and get ourselves... We'll work with a couple of beavers. And since we already started building an exhibit on that side, let's continue on this way. Should be about width 7, and that's correct. This little area right here could be where we set up. Best to probably set them up with concrete. Don't need beavers chewing their way through gates. There we are. Ooh, that was a little awkward. Small little behind the scenes entrance. And you need to go. A little taller. And we're probably going to need to set up another water purifier and transformer. Perfect. We'll start off with just building. Ooh. Why are you snow? That's a good question. Beavers are gonna need a nice little pond to swim around in. They may very well, though, require some ground space. Yeah, that's nice. Fairly deep. Bring them on over. And there they are. Already practically got their terrains needs set up. An adequate amount of grass. Let's switch all this rock that's in there. Water for soil. Perfect. And what do we need? Deep water space. Can we edit the water while it's here? No. Alright then. Then real quick, we'll need to remove the water. Pause real quick. Let's give them a deep, deep pool. Nice little calm pool. Back in. Environment, terrain-wise, is beautiful. Need to switch out the rock again. take a look at what you guys need plant-wise. We obviously want to try and focus on the more marine environment of the exhibit. Yeah. Oop, that's crooked. Okay, come on now. Just a tiny. You know what? We'll work with it. They're all crooked. Why are they all crooked? And why are they all so janky? Oop, that's underwater. Perfect. Much better. Now let's duplicate that. Ah, I have to adjust it from there too. Better. That's what we're looking for. Now, bring back the nature tab. Make it look like they've been gnawing on a couple of trees. Why not? We'll even add a tree that fell over too. Very nice. It's an exhibit. It needs to tell a story practically. Rotate it so it's a little more upward facing. We can stick a couple of... Okay, that's a little too fat. I'm going to get the brambles. Small little bushes. Maybe a little bit of a bigger one. We can set up some bracken around here. Actually make sure the guests can actually see the beavers. Oh, we achieved a goal. A little extra money in our pockets. Hello, my friend. Vet research complete on the Eurasian lynx. At least level 1. Slowly making a name for ourselves. Let's also start up a late night talk show. Be like the Irwins, bring an animal that we've got over to the night talk show and scare all the hosts. Let's see here. When it comes to your guys' toys, what do I have to offer? North American beaver. Haha. We got a beaver pool. As if you need another pool. How about we also provide you? You basically got a pond for a water resource. A little bit of a feeding platform. And a scent marker for herbs. Stick it inside the bush. Yeah. Play with your rubber duck. Haha. And let's actually go ahead and set up another research center. That way, we can have 2 vets researching on animals, and we can unlock more enrichment for them. Perfect. We're also going to need probably some more staff centers and another keeper hut. Research center, blah, workshop, staff room. There we go. Now what are the issues? More vet research is complete. Awesome. We'll be alright on money. I've just been spending a lot, that's all. Grab another mechanic, another security officer, extra vet. Oop, sorry about that. I accidentally hit the mic. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. Now we'll need to provide information centers on our beaver. Also, are you powered? You are. Very good, very good. Stick a nice speaker there. Maybe another one here. North American beaver. These are not powered. And a solar panel will not cut it. We will need to add a transformer instead. Functional and broadcasting. Make sure we've got an info panel for everyone to read. Right in their faces, blocking their view. And donations are always appreciated. We will also need to add some donation boxes over here because I forgot. Silly me. Also, to inform any new viewers, this is indeed a charity stream in honor of Betty White. I have in our description an area for donating, if you would like, for the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance. Betty White was a major contributor towards wildlife and conservation efforts. So in her name, if you would like to try and donate, your money will be going towards a good cause. I have already started off our donation stream by donating a small $20 boost. Let's see. Extra vet in case something happens. Already said hello. Got a new mission. Release a Eurasian lynx to the wild. The time for releasing animals will come, but not in the current moment. For now, let's go ahead and slightly boost admission fees so we may be able to afford some more stuff. Funds are pretty low right now, as the game continuously likes to inform me about. Very good, very good. But let's go ahead and try and figure out what animal we should do next. The animal market has quite a selection of species to choose from. Ah, new friend. Hello. Let's see here. Overpriced? Oh no. Reduce it just by a small margin. There we go. But ticket prices will be worth it as soon as we add a new animal. Especially if that animal is endangered. Ooh, gorillas. I never thought about those yet. Chimpanzees, lions. Surprisingly enough, these are some pretty cheap prices for a couple of gorillas. I may very well do so. It'll be the first gorillas I've ever bought in this game. Young male, fairly older females. How much do we have after that? 500? We can get 3. Beautiful. Let's go all in with our conservation points for the gorillas. Now, which side to work on? Could work on this side. I'm thinking what we can do, have it kind of loop around in this section, just to bring everything together. And let's go ahead and These are indeed gorillas, so we'll give them a nice large space to work with. Boom. Boom. We can do that. One-way glass will work. That should just about do it. Did it actually go one-way glass? Or is it regular glass? Yes, that's how it's supposed to look. Okay. Try and do it in smaller increments. Might just be an issue with money. There we go. There, much better. Now, what do we have in terms of electrical and water coverage? Water coverage will cover it, but power is the issue. Let's see what we can't do. I'm thinking we might be able to try and do a little something special for these gorillas. Here we are. Try and make sure it's nice and flat. Yeah. And then we'll make it look like a little bit of a river flowing. Yeah. Valid placement. Good. Insufficient funds. A project under construction. What's going on? Beautiful. Too much expansion, not enough funds? Seems to be the case. More vet research. Nice. Let's go and put that little project on pause real quick and see what new things we can offer the beavers. Don't see anything new just yet. Oh well, how about the links then? Ooh. Climbable branches. Scratching trees. Provide them something new to play with. Almost got the Eurasian lynx completely researched. guys are okay with your exhibit. No. Species. We are looking for beaver. How about a small, colorful ball to play with in the water? I can provide you a watermelon. Perfect. And for now, we'll go ahead and give you guys a little steel shelter. Give you some leaf bedding. Make it look nice. Now that we got some more funds, let's continue working on this. Special effects. Falling leaves, dandelions, mist. Mist will work. Can barely see the mist, but it is there. Water. Waterfall midsection. Anything? Hello? Oh. Interesting. Murky, murky, murky. Ah. This game supports a wide variety of creative talent. Oh dear. Any way we can try and turn these invisible? No? You guys are actually kind of clipping into the rock a bit too much. There we are.
I will.
That there is my blue pity, Terra. Obstructed, obstructed, obstructed. Need a couple, a little more. Obstructed. Ever so slightly. How about now? Still obstructed. Here we are. Really my first time trying to work with these effect parts. Let's see what else we can do. Try and clean it up a little more. Underwater bubbles. That looks nice. Waterfall top. There. Alrighty, let's go and get these gorillas in. Actually, for the tools we got, we'll go ahead and send them off. You are currently being moved, that is good. While we wait for the gorillas to get established, we can try and set up some more stuff with our human audience. Some more seating. Trash and recycling. Beautiful. Injured. We will need a vet for that. Ooh. Social group space. Ah, climbing space. Not to worry on that. Species. We must provide the monkey. Ooh. Very good. Practically all its needs right there, outside of enrichment. Social group, still a little small, but we currently got someone out. On medical, provide a musical keyboard. Tree forager. Block of frozen fruit. That'll do it. Now for your coverage. you guys are going to need space heaters for whenever winter comes. There we are. And we need to set ourselves up with Africa in the tropical rainforest. Ooh. That's about a little bit of this. I'm liking the looks of this. Some big plants, some little plants. A little special something here, a little special something there. You know what? Why the hell not? Huge tree. Got a very empty looking environment around here. Oh. Big guy was playing the keyboard. Got here too late though. You gotta give the game credit for its animal designs too, though. They also added scarring. Our injured male gorilla seems to have had some form of tussle before he got here. Thankfully, he's in a much better environment. Keep adding on to the environment as well. Sausage tree. If anyone ever tells you that sausages don't grow on trees, now I can say that you're wrong. Let's also make sure that you guys have proper feeding platforms. Every time I put something on there, a gorilla gets sent back over to the entrance. Oh, a forage box. Allow them to actually move around their exhibit. Spread things out, you know? And all that was just added to the climbing frame. But how are we doing then? Everything in the green. Plenty of coverage. Try and clean up a little bit of the actual waterfalls design. It's a little too mushroomy. Eating guest food, excuse you. Security! Escort this person off the premises. Look at this. Trash all over my walkways. Have you people no shame? Nah. Can't have that. You. Take it back, Peg. Trash and recycling. Trash and recycling. Please, my friends, keep this zoo clean. There we go. Okay, now let's make sure everything can actually be powered. Because currently it cannot. Just set it out off into the open. We can set up another little small staff area. And that way if we build around it, we at least have something to work with when it comes to staff needs. There we go. That could work. Let's see if we can get a vet to help out that beaver. And now we can assign a researcher for the gorillas. Underpriced. Of course they are. We've got gorillas now. Now, let's go and turn all these info panels on. And, of course, donations are always appreciated. Literally is my first time actually adopting gorillas, so I am naturally interested in actually watching them. Big guy, and then the two females seem to like to live life on the edge. Very nice. And look at that, we've already reached a 3-star zoo rating. Try our best to try and get it to a 5-star rating. With that in mind, let's try and find ourselves another animal to work with. Prairie dogs, lemurs, any animal that you guys want specifically. Perhaps I can see if it's in the game and we'll be able to set it up in a nice little exhibit. This would definitely be something of interest. Surprisingly expensive for a meerkat. But it ain't gonna sway me. More vet research complete. Very nice. Let's set up along the walkway. Let's actually use the red brick this time. I'll give it that savanna kind of look. Since we are talking meerkats, they probably won't need that large of an exhibit. Right there. Nice. Nice breeding pair of meerkats. I can already assume we're going to need a little bit of sand, a little bit of soil. And we could set up on the side here a little rocky pool of water. Roger. Africa once more. I'd probably assume desert or grassland. About to find out right now. I do say so myself. Ha ha. Hello, you. They'll look a lot better whenever the sun comes back out. I had a good assumption on the sand and the soil. Just more sand. Let's do a bit of coarse sand. Nice. Coverage is good, and it is desert and grassland. We can set them up with a couple of hookthorn acacias. Just to liven the place up. And a marula. Umbrella. Like that. And we're actually pushing it to how much they actually like their coverage. So to top it off, a couple bushes of elephant grass. FGHIJKM. Meerkat. Oh no! What happened? No! Vet. Facility broken down. Request a medic. Things have fallen apart. Let's see if we can't find ourselves a female Arctic wolf to replace the one who has died. It was indeed a female, correct? Yes. There we are. Currently got a mechanic looking at that as well. Yeah. Not that that's all been taken care of. Looks like meerkats are digging holes. A little toy termite mound. Maybe a tennis ball for them to chase around. And they actually benefit from having other species in their exhibit. Ooh. Stick a little bamboo feeder in there for them. What else can we do for toys? Give them a sprinkler. And I do believe we were giving them a heater as well. There we go. This will be a situation where I'm going to need to research more meerkat information so we can unlock more enrichment for them. Also, now that I remember, try and provide some better food quality for all my animals. Improve their dietary lifestyles. Also, North American beaver. Anything new for you guys? No? Alrighty. Perfect. And you guys are indeed happy? Where are you? Are you underwater? Yes, you are. Very nice. Very cute. Have you guys bred at all? You do have children. Little baby beaver daughter. Look at that face. Very good. And what about the lynx? Have we got any offspring with them? Oksana. Oh ho ho. Big-eyed, bushy-tailed, and super-sized ears. Stress. Ooh. We can reduce their stress by providing some one-way windows. Properly positioned, of course. Now clear up real quick. Beautiful. And you guys were okay for now? You still need some hard shelter. Andrew, meerkat. What to go with is the real question. I suppose this could work as a... Ooh, that's large. Something a little smaller can work. Nah. Nice. Bring it down for them. Properly give it some comfortable lining for them to lay on. Perfect. Interspecies bonus. I suppose we'll have to consult the Zoopedia for that. Uh-oh. Stop! There will be no inbreeding here, thank you very much. We shall release the female. Oh dear. I messed with the frames for a little bit. one child that you guys had is released, so there shouldn't be any more threats of inbreeding now. Good, good, good. Becoming quite the successful little zoo now. Oh dear. What happened? Game? Okay. Freaked me out there for a little bit. Started to think I was about to crash. Guest happiness is good, staff happiness is perfect, and average animal welfare is great. Let's take a look at what needs to be improved. Guest needs. Pardon me. Everyone's mostly in the green. Everyone who's basically red is already trying to get their needs fulfilled. Education coverage. I do need to set up that for the meerkats. Facilities. Right here and right. Just right there. That'll work. Meerkat. Also, donation boxes. Bit of trash and recycling. Some seating. Don't feed the animals. Security cameras. Right over here too. Beautiful. And also, now that I think about it, let's set up a couple of education boards. One here. Here. This area is pretty heavy with public transport. There. Excuse me. I'll pretend I didn't see that for right now. There. Now let's start off educational content. We'll start with deforestation. Land sharing versus land sparing. Poaching in the exotic pet trade. For here, we've got the beavers. So I think we can probably stick amphibian crisis. climate change for the Arctic wolves. Population fragmentation for the lynx. And for this one, let's just put bee population decline. Hello. I'm going to need urgent care for that. And also, since there's a lot more people coming through here, let's try and set up some more flowers so everyone doesn't complain too much about seeing equipment. Plus, surrounding this with a couple of flowers will sort of play into the idea for the bee population decline. Whoa. Is that floating? That is floating. There we go. Content pack. No? Theme? Planet Zoo, North Africa, New World? Ooh. New World nature scene? Looks cool. Adds a bit more decoration. Fit a couple of these around the zoo. Already got that one. Ooh, that's big. Very cool. Why not? Coming together very nicely. Already at 4 stars. But we can improve that education rating. Ooh. Pardon me real quick. Being summoned. For now, I leave you in the capable, entertaining hands of, let's say, the gorillas. Why not? Aha. Our young gorilla. I shall be right back. Alrighty, I have returned. And what has happened? Hungry. Might as keep get a keeper on that. And also, I'm pretty sure we could probably hire a new keeper or two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically one keeper for each area. And let's even create some work zones. That's the workshop. There we go. Work zone 1 will be beaver. Work zone 2 will be wolves. Work zone 3 lynx. Oh, not that one. Meerkat. And gorilla. New friend. New research. And look at that. Starting off, we were a small zoo with lynxes running around and practically in debt. Now we're almost a fully successful zoo that's making thousands by the hour. But we must not stop here. There's still so much more to do. Any recommendations or ideas for additional animals? Always accepted. May very well be interesting enough to get some elephants, if we can actually afford them. No. Darn. Let's see here. Something else that we haven't really worked with too much. Now the new baby gorilla. That's cool. Tickets are underpriced. Then let's jack them up. Now, back to what we were doing. An American alligator. One male and one female. Let's try and set that up. It'll be right next to the beavers. It will be ironic. Very good. And for this one, I may very well be willing to try and test some limits. Bring it down. People can look in. How's the water purifying coverage? Feature, habitat. Water purifying coverage is not over here at all. Just one more thing to add over here. Perfect. It'll be able to reach. Add a nice little island in the middle for them. I like it. I like it a lot. We will need North America. Probably the aquatic section. Underwater hydrilla. I should actually probably add a little bit of this over with the beavers too. Let's do that. It gives it more character, you know? Weeping Willow. That's a crooked willow. Very nice. Water lilies again. Janky lily. Flying. I'll just about do it. More underwater plant life. Very good. Snow again. Crocodiles won't. Crocodiles. Woo! Alligators won't like that. Crocodiles won't either. Very nice. the other exhibits doing? Gorillas aren't freezing to death. A couple patches of snow inside their exhibit, but otherwise no problems there. Meerkats are generally okay. Very good, very good. Put that right there. Species. American alligator. One large food tray with a blood marker. We could stick a blood pumpkin on the little island, I guess. A mud bath. A little too large, but we can make something else work. Restraint feeder. Underwater box feeder. Basically give the little lagoon some fish life. Nice. Might as well give him something. And how about a big old ball to knock around? Perfect. Let's go ahead and bring in these alligators. Bada bing. Greetings, new viewer. Hope you decided to stick around and enjoy our slowly building zoo. Allow me to give you a small tour real quick. In this exhibit, we have a couple of Arctic wolves. We've got some American beavers in here. I'll give you a closer look at their little faces. Look at that. Moving right along. On the other side of the zoo, we've got a couple of Eurasian lynx. Someone's currently sleeping inside the highest point of their exhibit and is joined by a small cub. Let's see who you are. Little baby Oksana. We've got in this exhibit a small mob of meerkats. Oh, look at that! They recently just had babies. Ooh. I'll have to go back to the alligators real quick. But there's a baby meerkat pup for you. And in probably the largest exhibit so far in this zoo is our western lowland gorillas. Here's a female and quite the number of babies. Where are your guys'? Where is your father? I must show off the silverback. Aha. Big boy Thabiti. He came to our zoo actually with a couple of injuries. That's why he's got those scars. But he's in a much better environment with a lot less conflict. Haha. And our newest additions, the American alligator. DeMarco. Hello. Yes, I'll have to fix that. Feeding station cannot be reached. We will move the blood pumpkin back over here. That'll fix that. And we will need to assign a new keeper to our alligators. Also, we need some more caretakers for the park to clean up some messes. Probably a couple more security officers while we're at it. And mechanics. Perfect. Next. Research. That new keeper we hired with no work zone. We will need to assign the break room, keeper hut, and exhibit as alligator. Vet research complete. That should be the last for the... Oh, that's the start of the meerkat. What other animal we were researching? The gorillas. Perfect. Ooh. I don't want the water. I want the pumpkin. Why is the pumpkin stinky? Clean that quickly. And everything with your environment is accepted. Set it up perfectly before they even arrived. Because I'm just that good. Let us also make sure that we can educate the public. Some info boards and speakers. Make sure people can hear it. I'll also move it to the side a little bit so it doesn't conflict with the other speaker I have set up. And... Ooh. Oh, no you don't. I hear you hissing. There you two are. Seems like someone's decided to grow up and cause a bit of infighting. You gotta pick a fight with your dad? Really? Let's take a look here, shall we? You're an only child. I'd say... we keep Oksana around. We'll release the two parents. Actually, we can't release them. We are... because we purchased them. We'll just have to bring them back to the trade center. And let's go ahead and get ourselves a new Eurasian lynx to act as a new breeding pair. Let's see. Our young Oksana is a female, so let's go ahead and buy ourselves a new male. Adopt. Send to zoo. Bada bing, bada boom. And resume. For our two Eurasian lynx, who are not being moved, we shall send them off to a different zoo. New vet research. Very good, very good. For the meerkats, do we have anything new to add to their exhibit? I know that they're missing a few things when it comes to enrichment. animal burrow. Hmm. I wonder if they'll actually use it. No, it's only used by the aardvark and the badger. Which would explain why it doesn't show up whenever you specify meerkat enrichment. But alright. What can we do now? Guest education can still be improved. How's about we set up a couple of educators for that then? Eh? Animal talk points. We'll set up one for each exhibit. Perfect. And of course, we can't have education without educators. One, two, three, four, five, six. One educator for each animal. We'll have to set up the staffs, the animal talk stations first. Manage work zones, staff educators. Here we go. You will be assigned the animal talk here, which corresponds to this exhibit, and your break room can be here. Meerkat. Oop, that's not how you spell talk. Meerkat talk. Let's see. Donovan, you will be assigned the gorilla talk. And speaking of which, Western Lowland gorilla. And for your talk months, we'll set the meerkat for January. We can keep the gorilla from March. Animal keeper, educator. You can have this. No, you can keep the break room over here. Alligator talk. North American beaver. American alligator. Since we did January, March, we'll do May for you. And we'll do July for you. Meerkat, gorilla, alligator. Beaver talk. For you, we have the Arctic wolves. You can do September. Wolf talk. finally, the links. Perfect. The Wolf Talk I set to what? September? Yeah, in September. Meaning you can be assigned November. Ah. More needs for our guests. I'll create another eatery area over here. Nice big area. Facilities. Also, just so any new viewers can be informed, this is a charity stream in honor of Betty White, who was a major advocate for wildlife conservation and zoos. If you feel generous, or if you simply want to, you can go ahead and check out the charity link that I have in the description, and you can feel free to donate however much you want, if you even want to again. Let's see here. Do we have anything for the base game? Classic Planet Zoo. Perfect. Do we just have the shells? I'm looking just for the shells for these shops. Here we go. We can have a double here. The restrooms. I don't think I even added restrooms over here. I didn't. No problem. A minor addition along the side here can work. Oh, terrain modification failed. There we are. We'll stick some much larger toilets over here. Hello, staff room with space. Well, you're in luck. I'm working on a new area, so I'll be able to add an extra break room over here. Staff room, staff room.
But
Let's see now. Hello. Yes, I just put down a staff room. Please, my friends. Facilities without power. We can fix that easy.
hey,
Much better. Now let's see here. Some more things are required. What else can we offer? Always be sure to hydrate. Everybody's already flooding in. Extra touch of security never hurts. And I'd say that'll probably do for now. Hopefully we'll be able to get all those needs back up. Not for the decoration, I suppose. Why not have a direct, decorative rock structure in it all, huh? Always nice to see a park come together. And it's always nice to see when friends decide to visit. Back in the green with oh, just on the border with green. Happiness. Think I might have time to try and make one more animal exhibit. Would anyone like to try and recommend an animal? I don't think I've done anything with fennec foxes yet. Go with those, I suppose. Think we could try some new form of fencing. Why not chain link? Let me think now. What else would we need? Got all that covered, thankfully. Way too big. the fennec foxes. Let's give them the small one instead. They're not that big. They can have a disco ball too. Basically introduce more paths for them to throw trash on. Perfect. And finally, this is important for every zoo. Might have forgotten the alligators on that part. There we go. Perfect. Poor little Hakeem. He's enjoying his swim, but he doesn't look too happy. Alright. Unfortunately, though, this is probably where I have to end it for now. We'll go ahead and save this zoo real quick. And we'll go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for tuning in, my good friends. If you feel inclined, please share this little stream with anyone you can. I'd very much appreciate if word gets out a little bit more about my streams. But until next time, I will see you all later. Goodbye.